Downton's popularity is often talked about in the same breath as escapism. So is this absolutely the perfect time for this film to come out?
Well, yeah, I have to say,
I hope so. I have to say, when I saw it for the first time, and that music starts and the lights go down, my shoulders went down. I thought, oh, this is great, just to escape for a couple of hours from all the nonsense that we're surrounded by.
It's such a stressful world we're living in at the moment, and nothing gives anybody confidence anymore, I don't think, when you read the paper. But there's something about Downton Abbey that is reassuring. Everybody knows their place, everybody knows what their role is and what the rules are. And it
gives you a sense
nice
of
every now and then.
continuity as well, doesn't it? And that's what we're lacking as well.
Of surety.
Yes.
And the only B word you'll hear is Branson.
And it's kind of funny to think of like the stresses that they had back then. I'm not saying it was kind of an easier living back then, certainly, but would it be nice to kind of almost be transported back and have a different set of stresses, or do you think that we actually in today's world is a lot easier?
Well, stress levels must be
No, I wouldn't want to live. I wouldn't want to live in those times.
I think we all are very aware of the fact that we're painting an idealized picture of that time, and I always like to emphasize that because it's not a documentary. I mean, life of the servants in that era was very, very difficult, and for a woman too, like the character I play, she literally had no say over her own destiny whatsoever, and I would not for 1 second want to be transported backwards in time.
Welcome to Downton Abbey.
So it feels like journalists like myself have been hassling you guys for a long time now about when's this film going to happen, when's this film going to happen. When you got the call to say, yes, it's going to happen, did you have any concerns about what it was going to be like? Any kind of worries about the script or how things would continue, anything like that?
Well, the gestation period was quite long. I mean, I think Gareth first started talking about, our producer started talking about it, and I first had a whiff of it in when we were filming season 5. So it's and then by the time we'd finished the end of the series, there was certainly talk about it. But I think the real question mark was going to be the logistics of it, trying to get us all back together. Then Julian did a couple of iterations of the script and changed the story a bit, and so it did take a while for it to get there. And if there was any doubt, it was just the doubt of will our producers manage to get us all in the same room at the same time.
The King and Queen are coming to Downton.
What?
At that level of love from the fans, does it surprise you still just how much people love Downton, how obsessed with it people get?
It does. It's astonishing. It's sort of borderline cultish in some respects. I did a concert at Highclere Castle, the music of Downton Abbey. There was a meet and greet with 40 couples beforehand who'd paid maybe some extra money, and 30 of those couples had flown from America especially for the concert. You know, I mean, from the West Coast, from Kansas, from Texas, from all over the States for a 2-hour concert. And you think, that's
dedication.
Unusual. That's unusual, really. And the Spanish lady presented me with an incredibly heavy box with 30 pebbles in it, and she'd painted all of our characters. And I brought it with me yesterday to try and see if you could guess which is your character, because some of them look quite similar.
Humans are creatures of habit, and we love kind of being in groups. Did you instinctively, when the cameras aren't rolling, do you instinctively stay kind of upstairs, downstairs, or...?
Well, geographically, it's inevitable because the kitchens are in a studio and not at Highclere Castle, and
so we very rarely go up there, and you very rarely come down to the studio.
Exactly. We don't cross-pollinate in that sense. But Jim, Jim travels up and down the M4 between the studio and Highclere.
He's got the short straw.
Yeah, there's a very different atmosphere. It's much more rambunctious downstairs, just because of the physical nature of the studio, whereas upstairs is more formal, it's quieter.
You can't put your cup down on the side, you can't sit in certain things.
And there's more space.
Furniture and things.
There's more space upstairs for people to go out and stretch their legs on the lawns and stuff like that. So
we are shooting in a home with priceless antiques and wallpaper, and that permeates the atmosphere to a certain extent. You have to be always very careful of where you're sitting.
And the scenes are more static upstairs.
Yeah.
You're sitting around a table, whereas we're hustling and bustling more downstairs, and that affects the social sort of atmosphere, I think.
You make more noise downstairs.
Yes, really.
Because we can.
Yeah.
Will you have enough cliches to get you through the visit?
If not, I'll come to you.
Oh, here we go.